Hey guys, I know one of these days you're just gonna she's gonna stop making videos. It's just not today. So, probably wondering why is there another video? Cause I have a surprise. So, I was sitting here thinking about my movie choices, and it got me to thinking. So I did Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which isn't a horror movie per se. It's like a horror themed movie. And I realized, in my list of movies, I don't have enough horror themed movies. I'm just focused on the scary movies or whatever. But there's also something very fun about horror themed movies. And I'm like, I don't know why I didn't include these. Which got me to thinking about this week, because there's something very exciting happening Thursday of this week. Anyone know? It's happening on Fox. Anyone? They're doing a remake of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And as I'm sitting here doing my videos, doing my criminal justice homework, because someone's got to do that, I was like, you know what? We need a review of the original Rocky Horror Picture Show with the one and only Tim Curry. Never been more jealous of a man's legs before as I am of Tim Curry's legs. I don't know what he did, but I feel like I need to know the workout, because those legs were killer. That he was just barely wearing anything the entire time, which was a little weird, but you take what you can get. There's not a whole lot of historical context I'm going to give to this one, because I'm just so excited about this movie. I just want you to know this movie came out in 1975, obviously a year before Carrie, so maybe I should have done one and then the other, but I do what I want, when I want, and how I want to. I'm done, I promise. Maybe. But one thing I'm just going to point out about 1975, Microsoft was formed. Yes, it went Microsoft and then Apple. Way to go, Steve Jobs. Way to go. Anyways, now I'm getting hot because I was dancing earlier. But not only that, it's officially the end of Vietnam War. Saigon has fallen to communist North Vietnam, and South Vietnam surrenders unconditionally. And we pull out our troops because it's like, you're not going to fight anymore. We're not going to fight for you. So, it's the end of the war, or police action, or however you want to see it. I call it war because people died. And I just thought, thinking about, the Vietnam War and it's ending during this time, and there's great things happening in starting the beginning of the mid-70s. That sounded weird, beginning of the mid-70s. Anyways, I just felt like we needed to have a movie that was just fun and kind of just celebrates this whole hey, we're not at war anymore. But we still are, because there's still the Cold War happening. Ugh, we're so close, but we're gonna celebrate anyways. So, this just happens to be one of my all-time favorite movies. I love horror movies probably just as much as I love musicals, and just as much as I love Disney movies, but they all tie for first, basically, by my favorite things. Like Oprah, you get a thing, and you get a thing. They're all my favorite things. And there's just something about this whole marriage between horror, the horror genre, and musicals, where I'm just like, this is amazing, and why hasn't anyone done this before? So, in case you don't know what the story is about, let me tell you. It starts off at a church. Brad Majors and Janet Weiss, they're attending their friend's marriage, and Brad's like, you know what, I probably should get married now. So he asks Janet to marry him in a very nice song. Damn it, Janet, I love you. Okay, I'm gonna try my best not to sing a lot of the songs, but I can't promise anything. Just to let you know. So they're on their way to go meet Professor Everett Scott. Yes, that's it. Because it was in his science class where they met, so they were gonna go meet him and say, hey, we're getting married because of your class. But on their way there, they get a bum tire, so they're like, well, we have to go find a phone. We gotta go call someone. So they trek back to this just like this huge dark castle, and there's like motorcycles everywhere. They're like, I don't know what's happening, but we need a phone and we need it today. And they're answered by the phone by Rick Rack, I think is the name of the handyman. Okay. And basically it's like, oh, you guys are having a festivity, and then we get to watch them do the time warp. Let's do the time warp again. Okay, I'm not sure how that turned into a Creed song, but nevertheless. So they're kind of just like, oh, this is an interesting folk dance you're doing. Oh, middle class white people, what are you doing? Sorry, my commentary sometimes is unfiltered, so deal. So where was I going with this? Okay, so they're like kind of like, we're gonna start backing up. We kind of just need a phone, guys. Like, thanks for your little song and dance, but we need a phone. And right as they're like, we're gonna leave, find another phone somewhere else, then they're met by Dr. Frankenfurter, the wonderful, and I can say this wholeheartedly, sexy Tim Curry. And he just kind of just explains that he's a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania, which in this case, Transylvania, you'll find out later, is an alien planet. Yes, very weird. We're not even gonna get into that. So he gets into his little song, and he was like, hey, by the way, I got a lab upstairs. I kind of want to show you what I've been doing with my time. And they're like, we're just gonna go with it until the right moment, and then we're gonna attack. I don't think it's attack, but we're gonna be like firm, like, hey, we need a phone. So they go up, right, and there's like, everyone's up there, and then we see that Dr. Frankenfurter has made himself a man with dark tan and with blonde hair and a tan, named Rocky. And it's just like everyone's amazed by it, and they're all like, Janet and Brad are looking at each other like, okay, we just need a phone. So basically they see this, and then Dr. Frankenfurter's like, hey, why don't you just stay the night here? It's pretty bad out there. Don't even bother, And Frankenfurter actually has sex, or does sexual acts with both Brad and Janet. And then Janet kind of, like, I don't know what she's doing. I think she's like, she starts singing about how now she feels liberated because she's had some sort of sexual touching happening. It's not real weird all of a sudden. I'm sorry. Then all of a sudden she sees Rocky. Touch me. I want to feel dirty. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold the singing to a minimum, but I can't promise anything. And then I'm pretty sure then she goes and bangs Rocky. So I don't know what's happening in this movie. I really like the music. I think that's really what. But anyways, not my commentary yet. So basically, we find out. Well, before all this, we found out that Frankenfurter actually made a man before named Eddie. But Eddie got a little rebellious and was like, I don't want to be with you, Dr. Frankenfurter. I'm in love with your cohort over here. And basically, he comes out of this, like, freezer thing. He starts singing about, whatever happened to Saturday night? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop right now. But Frankenfurter murders him. So then Everett Scott shows up to this house like, hey, I'm looking for my nephew, Eddie. Have you seen him? Oh, he didn't create... Did he create him? Sorry, it's never really like flat out said, so it's kind of like, what is happening? And then Frankenfurter's like, yeah, I kind of did, and then like hypnotizes him and makes him be a part of this little play thing or whatever, and it's his maid and the handyman are actually aliens from Transylvania, and was like, hey, we're going home. We're done here. And Frankenfurter's like, but I like it here. And they're like, we're done. Alien gun and everything. Pew, pew. And then they kind of sing a swan song to him. And the whole house just goes into the air because the whole house is the spaceship. By everyone, I mean just the handmaid and the handyman. The handmaid? Okay. The maid and the handyman only get up there because they kill Dr. Frankenfurter because he didn't want to go, and he killed a lot of people. The only people they don't kill is Brad and Janet, who lived to tell the tale. Why do I like this movie? It is outrageous. It is ridiculous. It is just so much exaggeration happening. It is just fantastic. It is fabulous with a capital F-A-B. Fabulous! I like the music. Besides the fact it's got Meatloaf in it. You can't deny Meatloaf. You just can't, and he's amazing. But I won't do that. I said I was done. I'm sorry. Musicals make me want to sing. What do you know? I think Susan Sarandon in this movie is amazing. The guy who plays Brad Majors, sorry, actor's name. Flying Away, he's amazing. And obviously, I can't get enough of Tim Curry. Like, let's just think about this whole movie and think about, like, he literally, the entire movie was just walking around half naked, and he was rocking it. You know, like, there's women who can't even do that, and then there's just Tim Curry, like, hey, just wearing corset, panties, high heels, fishnets, and doing it right. Like, it's just great. I can't get enough of it. I like the horror theme because it's like a play, it's like a satire of the, you know, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which we've seen numerous versions of, but it's like a amplified, glitter-filled interpretation of that. Besides the fact that somehow they made making aliens and whatnot, it gets a little weird in there, but you know what? That's what makes it great. And then, you know, to me, it's like, it starts with this film, you know, with the horror-themed musicals, and then it goes into, I want to say the 80s, maybe 90s, with Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors. Okay, but, again, another one that I love. There might be a whole month where I just do Broadway musicals, and it's fine. Not even Broadway musicals, just musicals in general. Okay, I'm going to end this where it is. But this is why, this is my surprise to you guys. I wanted to do a review of something more fun, something not so dreary and dark. You know, it is a little dark. They just add glitter and dance to it to make it seem a little less dark. So, thanks for listening again, and stick around for tomorrow, because I'm doing a movie. Which movie? I'm doing Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978. Stay tuned.